What do you do when tech glitches? Aha! We take two. Hey, Francine.
Hey, it's
We're
time.
going to let any tech issues get us down. We met with Lisa Gold last Friday, and we got an excellent interview
With no tech glitches.
with no tech glitches. It was amazing. So it's kind of sad that we couldn't have her here live, but she teaches on Tuesday. She's a very busy teacher. And the 2 weeks ago, we happened to catch her. Did we even say her name? Lisa Gold.
Lisa Gold. Yes.
We caught her on spring break. So she was not home, and the internet at the hotel was not great. We learned that live streaming from a hotel Wi-Fi it doesn't work. So now that we know that, we will request no more hotel streamings. But we were able then to schedule a separate time to do the interview. Francine, what else do you want to say about this interview before we start it?
I think you should just roll the interview and then we could talk after it.
Okay, that sounds great. So while we're watching this, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and we will be happy to address them as soon as this is over. So here we go. All right. Hey, everybody. We've got take two interview with Elisa Gold. Yes. And we are overcoming tech issues left and right. And so we wanted everybody to get a chance to actually hear Lisa's answers to the interview this time. So let's get started with where it all started for you, Lisa. What made you decide that you wanted to start writing?
That's a great question. I started journaling at a very young age when I was 7. And funny enough, I still have those journals. I've saved them. And then there was some detours I took in my life, which we all go through things, and I call it a detour. And I really expressed my journey in my journal at the time in my 30s. And my dad had said to me, I read some of the things to my dad, and he goes, wow, he goes, that's really good. He goes, I have a friend that's a writer. I'd like to share it with them. And I'm like, yeah, I felt kind of vulnerable. And I thought, well, all right. And I sent him some manuscript, and he shared it and then got back to me. And he goes, you should really publish this. And I'm like, Dad, it's really, I'm very vulnerable to share that kind of information and put it out there on the platform because it's me. It's my personal stuff. And we all go through personal stuff, but we don't always want to hold it on our sleeve or share it. So back in 2008, my dad's like, well, let me help you get started. He goes, why don't let me, I've written several books, but with your first book, he said, let me help you get it off the ground and help you with the finances of it. So that was huge. And then I had, in addition to that, I'm a musician, and I had also started writing poetry. And one of the poets I wrote, poetry, that's right, was more of a song. And I started writing music to it. And I read it to my dad, not sung it, but read it. And he goes, wow, he goes, you need to copyright that. So in addition to the book, my dad helped me copyright a song. And the music for it is still not complete, but the song is written. And so thanks to, all originates from my dad's inspiration. And even as a very young child, I had a cousin of mine say, all the journaling you do, you should write a book someday. So it's kind of followed me all along, but with family
Okay.
support.
I have a question
Yes.
because the majority of our listeners are either authors or aspiring authors or other creatives, maybe writing songs. What got you over that hump through the portal to being able to share these raw feelings that were so private? What got you over that to share it with the world?
I think that's a great question. Um, Vulnerability is very raw, and I think we can all relate to that. And it's easier for some of us more than others. For me personally, I think because no matter what our ages, we have parents, and if God willing they're still alive and with us, my dad has passed, but when you have an approval from mom or dad about something that's raw, it kind of gives you permission. And so I think with my dad looking at my story and being, hey, that's really good, you should share your message to help others, it was kind of like I said, an approval, a permission to be open and vulnerable.
So, if I remember the story correctly, you had a certain way of going about writing the story so that it wasn't so much like me putting all of my vulnerability out there at one time, right?
Yes. Thank you for remembering. Yes, I've written 7 books, 7 or 8 books, and 3 of them are re-editions, like because they're re-edited and republished. And that's called Will to Survive, which is based on chronic fatigue. And it was a journey I went through physically, but it was a doctor's diagnosis. And I've spoken about this, and I'm giving you the long answer, but I've spoken about this to other groups, other women, other book groups, about how a doctor's diagnosis is just that, kind of like take the underlying focus and scenario of, look at your life, look at your job, look at who you're surrounded by, and how it's impacting your health and wellness. So that was very raw and vulnerable. The last book that not the last, but I have another book coming, but the last book I wrote and published, The 3 of Life, 3, not tree, I took some very raw, personal, painful experiences from my childhood, and instead of writing it as the first person, I wrote it as the third person. So I came in as the mentor to heal that child within, because I learned somewhere along the way that we never grow up, and that child lives inside of us forever. And so Louise Hay is very good to follow with healing the child within, and she was a big inspiration to me. And so I mentored myself in writing, and I feel like I healed a lot of parts of myself by being my own mentor. And that's how I wrote my last book, by being the third person. Of course, I kind of dramatized a little bit more than I needed to, but it gave the story a little bit more chaos and drama. And I guess people like that. So,
Well, I love saying that writing is cathartic, that you
yes.
are going to remember things while you're writing that will pick those scabs of the next thing that you need to heal. And when you write about it for other people to read, writing it in the third person, or my book is in a fairy tale, so it takes not only my scabs, but I peel the wounds on people I coach, but I put them all together, gave everyone different names to protect the
Yes.
innocent, and I just wrote about it so the audience can identify with the characters, because we're wanting to make an impact. So it's not just about, ooh, hoo, my boo-hoo story, but you told it in a way that other people connect with it.
Yes, absolutely. And I like to say the younger we get, but it's really the older we get. Don't like to think of it that way, but it's almost like we have the ability um, to repair ourselves. And in writing is a huge way to work through everything in our lives. It's something I don't journal as much as I used to. I am guilty of that, but I'm associated with a group of women that were encouraged. Journal, like, express yourself. What's bothering you? What's not? What's great? What's not? And just write it down. And it is so healing.
I also feel the same way. I have a pretty regular habit of journaling and just jotting down random thoughts as they pop into my head. And I found actually that the more time I set aside for this, like when I'm in a regular habit of every morning getting up and journaling, and I guess the way that I look at it when I'm journaling in the morning is setting my intention for the day.
Mhm.
What opportunities do I see potentially coming from the day, and then also being open to receive any other awesome surprises that I might get
Yeah.
that I cannot possibly imagine. And it's so fun for me to go back and read some of this stuff and see how certain things that I've been writing about and visualizing and going, yes, I'm getting very clear, specific on these are the things that I want. And from that, it's become a lot easier for me to find the opportunities that I'm looking for as well. So I think journaling is one of those habits that can just give you unending opportunities. Whether it's now this writing can turn into a song, it could write into a book, or maybe it's something that you do just have for yourself and for your own healing. But there's something really special when you can take that healing and then share it so that other people can also experience that healing through your art.
I think
Yeah.
this is the perfect opportunity to ask Lisa to recite her poem for us because it is beautiful.
I didn't
Thank
put my
you.
Kleenexes nearby for this. Okay, I'm going to be strong.
So, um, again, we all have a story. We've all had stories. We've all gone through things, and that child we take with us for life. And so I wrote this, and my dad just loved it. And again, it's a song copywritten. Music is being written for it. It's just kind of put on hold. It is called "The Child Within." Walked through an art museum filled with pictures of style and color. Came upon a portrait that was like no other. Portrait of a young girl, hair pulled back, wearing a dress of blue. She held a lit candle, standing alone in the dark. Wondered who she was and why I looked back. Saw the reflection and continued to stare back. It's the child inside of me that cried out. She's been hiding for so long, I believe she's forgotten her own song. Because of the guilt, because of the shame, I told her to go away. From past to present, she has always been. It's life lessons that have created the grown up she's in. I'd forgotten all about her until today. It's the child inside. It's so clear to see that child inside is me. She'd grown used to the dark. Let her eyes adjust as she blows out the candle and walks into the sunrise. Give her some time to realign, for it is I, the child inside. Sorry, I
Little
can't.
goosebumps, and my eyes are a little watery too.
I mean, that is just beautiful. And we all have that
Thank you.
little child inside of us. And when we journal, or even when we're writing our stories for the Believe anthology, we're tugging at that little child and say, here, help me, help me, help me.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
and Francine, you and I have talked a lot about the inner child and past episodes, and you have some different I don't know, is it a course or
I do. I have an inner child course. It's a standalone, watch some videos, do some journaling, and connect with your inner child. I just got the chills thinking about it because it's so powerful.
Wow.
I mean, speaking of journaling exercises, what does your inner child want? I was thinking about that actually earlier today, and it wanted to go to the zoo.
Oh, go. They have a new exhibit. It's so cool.
They do.
The new
Ooh, it's been a
vanity
while
tank.
since I've gone, so I
The
think
new,
that's where that craving came from.
oh, it's
But now
beautiful.
you're
It's a
going to
new
make me want to
vanity
go
tank.
to the zoo.
What did you say?
I said, now I'm going to want to go to the zoo this weekend.
Well, come to Jacksonville. We got a new manatee tank. It's beautiful.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm in Palm Beach Gardens. We have Loggerhead, the Loggerhead Marina here.
Ooh, I want to see that.
And wait, we do have a manatee exhibit as well. That's in Riviera Beach, not far. So, but I sometime I'll have to come up and visit Jacksonville
Yes, you
and see
should.
that. Thank you.
Oh, yes, we'll need to do lunch or coffee for sure.
Yeah. So to answer your question, was that question for me or Francine about that inner child?
Go ahead,
Oh,
you answer.
yeah, you answer.
Well, I think I feel like I'm a big child, and I feel for me as the big child, I do not like rejection. And so I think as the little child, we always want to be um, recognized, and we always want to be approved of, and we want to be accepted and loved and just, and I guess adored, if we want to keep going on that. So I think ultimately that child wants to be free of any limitations, um, that don't have any strings attached to it. You know, there's always, there might be something that we can have, but you know, well, you can have this, but you have to do that, or you know, if you do this, you'll get that. I just cross the board, no strings attached. We just want to be free and to be adored and loved and appreciated, respected and accepted for who we are, because um, we are all colors of the rainbow, where we're not the same color, we're not the same, we don't bring the same thing to the table, but that's okay. That's what makes us different.
What makes life interesting?
That's true, right? There's the saying, if we were all the same, life would be boring.
That
Sure
is,
would.
well, and just think about it. If your life never changed, how boring would that be if everything just stayed the same all the time? Change is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
We need to embrace the changes in our life. And for me, one of the biggest changes was inviting that inner child back in. And now she's the one who runs my business.
Oh, I love it.
I was just picturing like going to the About Me page on your website, and like for the presidential picture, there's just like a young child, your 5-year-old school picture.
That is a great idea. I think
That
I
is a
might
great
do that.
idea.
Oh, and I've been playing with clones. What if I make a clone of my inner child
Oh,
and get her talking?
Oh, that's
right? Now that could be fun. Well, if we're going to do all this time travel, you also got to talk about the older, wiser self. The one that tells you
Mm.
that
I haven't met her yet.
you haven't met her yet. Oh my gosh, we have to do that exercise together sometime.
I don't want to be older, wiser. I want to keep having fun with the inner child.
Oh, well,
Oh,
they're
you're
connected, they're all the same person. But the older, wiser self is always the one that is, well, in their hundreds, in really good health, still bikes a couple miles a day and
Kind of
real
like
sharp.
Charlie. Like Charlie. Our
Yeah,
82-year-old friend does 85 push ups every morning.
really.
wow. Good for them.
Yeah. I want to be like Charlie, of course. Not the push ups. I'll find another way.
That's amazing. I have a 95-year-old piano student. She's been with me for 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years now. She's 95. She plays piano beautifully, and she looks like she's in her 70s.
Oh, well, that's awesome. So yeah, so your older, wiser self like this, right? And
Yeah.
they've lived through all of these life experiences. So sometimes hindsight is 2020, right? So this is where you can get some of that hindsight before you even get there. And
Yeah.
it's where you can tap into your intuition and say, okay, this thing that I'm stressing about so bad right now, is this really the most important thing for me right now?
Most of the time.
And when you stop and listen for just a second, very often you will find out that it is not the most important thing right now. And you will find a way to get through that difficult situation. But it takes a minute of time travel to tap into the older, wiser self, really have a good conversation. And then at the end of the conversation, realize that you really are that older, wiser self. And you have the ability to tap into that wisdom of what is the best way for you to be spending your time.
And I think a
Back
lot
to
of
what
people,
the younger self was saying.
and a lot of times we need to remember that even coaches need coaches. That
That's true.
sometimes you are looking at a situation like this and it helps to get somebody else to look in from the outside. And that's why we have our portal parties.
Oh, yes, I read about that.
And that's basically what your dad did from you. He was looking from the outside saying, you should write this book. And then
Yes.
he kind of pushed you a little bit and helped you get started. And that's what we do in the portal parties. We
Okay.
take your little glimmer of an idea and we help bring it to full fruition.
Oh, I love that. I
Yes,
love that.
it's as fast as stepping through a portal and you can be in a whole new dimension.
That sounds awesome. Hey, I wanted to say one thing, kind of rewind a little bit. We are talking about the inner child. And other than being an author, a radio show host, I'm also a music teacher and I've taught since high school. And I'm sharing this because I think this is something I wish somebody told me. Um, when I work with my students, and I even say it to myself, when I work with my students and they get frustrated with playing a piece on the piano, I will always say to them, no matter what you're working on, remember to be kind to yourself. And and it's so important to teach them at a young age because again, I wish I was taught that at a young age because I think ultimately that child within, no matter what ages we are, we need to remember to be kind to ourselves because at all ages we appreciate kindness because it's so welcomed and it feels so it's such kind good energy and we all need that, so I just wanted to add that.
And that is a perfect place to end this interview because that's the one thought I want to leave our audience remembering.
Thank you. Yes, be kind to yourself always.
Well, thank you, Lisa, for coming and sharing your journey as an author. I'm very excited to check out some of your books, and we'll make sure to include some of the links here so other people can do that as well. And
Thank you.
if anyone has any questions for Lisa, you're open to having conversations with kind strangers online, right?
Absolutely. Yes. They can find me easily on Facebook. And then you mentioned you're going to add some links to connect with me. And yes,
All right. Thank you so much.
thank you.
We're back.
And I was muted because there were like all kinds of planes flying over during that interview. Wasn't that a great interview?
I loved it. I loved it. And so did Sue. And I don't know what Sue said road trip. What was that in reference to, Sue? Because I'm always up for a good road trip. But I'm not going
I
to.
think I think we need to go visit Lisa's cat is why we're going on a road trip.
I love Lisa's cat. Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
That might be. It might be the cat. Wait,
But
Sue.
yeah, she had another question in here about did you
Oh,
keep
visiting
any
zoos.
stories out?
Sue said she wants to go visiting zoos. Come to
Oh,
Texas.
visiting zoos. Well, we could start by going and seeing the turtles by Lisa, and we can visit her cat.
There
So
you
two
go.
for
Let's
one.
meet down south in Florida.
I'm game. So Sue also asked if did you keep any stories out? So Lisa, if you're watching back on this later, let us know in the comments. Did you keep any stories out?
And maybe we could just bring her back on if there's some significant story to tell and she could tell us all about it.
Ooh, I would love that.
Because I know that I had to leave some stories out, not because I didn't want to tell them, because they might not have been as relevant to that theme that I was writing about. So I'm thinking that might be why Lisa has so many books.
Well, we have a lot of exciting ideas coming up as well. Hard to pin
Yeah.
them all down once in a while. So, oh,
Do you
and
know the
Sue
titles?
wants to know the titles of all of her books. Hmm.
Well, let's just see if I can find them.
All right. Well, you go look for those links. And what I want to talk about is portal parties. We talked about them in the interview. And I want to mention that if you are looking for an upcoming portal party so that you can attend one, when you go to our website, heidzelincoaching.com/believe retreats, you will see information about our book anthology, how you can sign up for that. And right underneath that is information about the portal parties. And on the right side of the screen, did you find it?
No, but I just remembered Sue and I just scheduled a new one for Sunday. Sunday. Wait.
Sunday,
Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday. What pay? It, I have to move to the next month in my calendar. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Sue, when do we schedule it? I guess I forgot to write it on my calendar.
It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday. Okay, we will get back to you on that because I forgot to write it down.
And this is exactly why I created the calendar. So, the way that this works is we didn't want to block off the Zoom links and things like that. So, the calendar itself is protected. So, you go, put in your name, put in your email, and it's going to take you right over to our digital calendar. And when you click on any of those events, right in the corner, it's going to say add to my calendar. So, any dates that you see that you're like, oh, yeah, I want to attend that one, you'll be able to add it to your calendar, set up any reminders that you need to make sure that you'll be there. This Sunday, Sunday, Sunday,
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday at
this
11.
Sunday at 11 Eastern, and Francine's going to get right on putting that link on the calendar as soon as we are done here. I'm all fired up now because of the Sunday, Sunday, Sunday thing.
Sunday, Sunday. Well, and I've been wanting to schedule stuff on this Sunday, and I know a lot of people said that it's Easter, but I'm Jewish, everybody.
Oh, yes. Some people, this is just a normal Sunday.
Exactly. So if you are available, you are welcome to join us while we help Sue get over the hump of her next book. Or maybe her chapter of the Believe You Can anthology. I don't know what Sue asked to schedule a party, and so I did.
And if you look at the calendar and you're like, I don't see a portal party that I can attend, but I'm working on writing social media content. I'm working on writing my own book. I'm working on writing a letter to my mom. Whatever it is that she just would like a little bit of feedback before you send it out, book a portal party with us. You can put the words party, word party
Word party in the chat.
in the chat. Or you can also email me. Information again is on our website. It's all there. You can check it out there. Francine, are you ready to bring this thing to a close?
I think it might be time, unless we have something else to talk about.
Besides the fact that we're still looking for some more people to join the book anthology. Oh, you know what else? You see
We
this
got a
tree
new-
right here?
Oh, yeah. Exciting news
This is
about that tree.
this tree's last day on Earth. It's about to get cut down by tree life. Thank you, Roger, for making sure I don't have a tree in my house during hurricane season.
Well, there's our commercial for Roger and in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Now we can take it out.
Now
Now
we
we
can
can
take it
take it to the close.
Yeah.
So if you can conceive it, you can believe it, and you can achieve it.
From the head to the heart to the hands.
Yes, you can.
can. See you next week.
See you next week.